Hey, beautiful people. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I hope everybody is feeling awesome sauce. I feel like a big kid because SpongeBob is here with me. He's ready to talk about it. So we're gonna talk about it today. As y'all know, we got the vegans in the house. The vegans in the house, which is me. Hey, vegans. But yeah. So I want to talk to y'all about my journey, right? I know y'all know, for some of y'all that, if y'all don't know, it took me 2 years to be fully vegan. So in 2016, this is a story for another day, until 2018. It took me from 2016 to 2018 to be like, let it go. I'm not frozen. Let it go. Because you know, it took me 2 years to be fully vegan. Now I'm in a stage that I would say almost 2 years or less than 2 years, because we're definitely not at the 2 year mark. I don't know if it's a year and a half or maybe a little bit more than a half. We're almost getting there, I feel like, but of me trying to transition to being, pardon me, y'all, me trying to transition to being whole food plant-based full time. So for people that don't know what whole food plant-based is, let me break it down to y'all. Okay, whole food plant-based is eating whole foods. You heard me? But for plant-based, so like so for plant-based, you know, you're gonna be eating whole foods, mostly your produce, your grains, ligaments, you know, herbs, spices, the goodies, you know. And if you do decide to buy something that is store-bought and it's already made, is limited ingredients. For me personally, I try my best to, if I do buy something that is pre-made, it has 5 ingredients or less. And I want to talk to y'all about the journey, because I feel like when we're trying to, and this doesn't have to be about food for you. Maybe you're hearing about it because you want to know about food, but maybe you're not struggling to, or you're not facing challenges of food. Maybe it's something else that you're trying to transition to and you're having some tough moments, because let's be honest, I think we all go through our seasons of life, and some days, and I'm not talking about seasons like 3 months each season type of thing. I'm talking about maybe the season was a week. You face all 4 seasons in 7 days, and you're a human being. So we're here to talk about human stuff, and this is something that for me, I just want to share with somebody to know, like, I'm proud of you for having that self-awareness, for believing in yourself, for believing that you can make this change, for not giving up, and keep going. I believe in you, I trust in you, and I'm letting you know, like, it's taking me time, but I'm gonna get there. So don't think that because you didn't do it in a timely fashion that you should just give up and that is the end of the world and that you're just a failure, because you're not, because you're strong. Okay. Warriors. No. I'm so cheesy, y'all. You gotta understand. I laugh at my own jokes, but how y'all doing? All right. So this has been a journey, you guys, because it made me realize, one of the things that made me realize, right? So people talk about FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. I think of FOMO. I'm like, first of all, what's a FOMO? And then I had to learn what it was. Fear of missing out, okay? But when I think about it, I thought about it as from a perspective of like, oh, fear of missing out, like hanging out, going to parties, like doing certain things. I'm like, yeah, you know, but it kind of is applying to where I'm at right now. It's like, because when you go to restaurants that my family's not vegan, I am, right? So I want to be considerate. I am not here to force anybody to be vegan, but if people ask me, I will tell them the benefits that I've seen and what I think about it and how you can make that transition slowly, taking slow steps towards that success, because I'm really big. We don't got to be here rushing or nothing, right? So, because you want it to stand, you want it to stick, you want it to be longevity, okay? Because you're beautiful, you're healthy, you're loving. So, you know, when we pick restaurants, it's exciting because I'm going to tell y'all something. I love to eat. I love good food, good energy, good scenery. That's hello. So, you know, I'm excited. Familia, we're going out. Oh, until you look at the menu. Now, being vegan, right? You could get an Impossible Burger. They got tofu wraps. You know, this is the stuff that I see though. But I realized that a lot of places don't have whole food plant-based items. You have to be really specific on where you're picking, which might be limited to what the people that you're going with may be interested in. So that can cause some conflict. That's where I feel my fear of missing out goes, right? Because I want to hang out a little bit, go, you know, get something to eat that's yummy and spend time with my family, right? But then I'm like, ugh, they're not gonna have nothing I want, so maybe I gotta go buy it from somewhere that is. Nah, I'ma just cook. You know, it just ends up, I'ma just cook. So, you know, sometimes occasionally I'll be like, you know what, I haven't ate it in a while, and then I go down to this downward spiral. And I say this because eating whole food plant-based for me, or sometimes I'll do maybe a day out of the week or 2 days out of the week, depending on what I bought for the week, right, from groceries. I'll do raw vegan. Let me tell you, whole food plant-based raw vegan be uplifting my soul. I feel alive. I feel vibrant. I feel like if I am facing a challenge, maybe my outside world is a thunderstorm, but because my gut feels good, my mood feels right, I'm able to find a centered space for myself while I'm looking for solutions through my challenges, which it just makes me feel good. I'm like, go eat. I'm like, SpongeBob, la la. No, I was gonna say la 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 la, but that's Elmo, my bad. SpongeBob, don't be mad at me. But, and I can't do SpongeBob's laugh, so I'm not about to move. But yeah, so, you know, I noticed that when I eat like a vegan, because I'll still eat vegan, but I'll eat certain things that has a lot of ingredients. You know, when you go to the restaurants and you ask them, or you go online, check it out. You know, one item has 15 to 25 ingredients and all these things. I can't pronounce some of those names. And then you're like, what is that? How you say that? You know, you got there like, what's a simple term? So, you know, I'll end up going out, I'll eat that. And let me tell you something. So one of the days we got vegan pizza, and I was like, you know, I was feeling myself a little bit because I was doing really good, right? I was like, oh, we in here. Yeah, we in here. I ate the whole pie of pizza. 6 slices. 3 that day and 3 the next day. Okay? Meal prep. No, it was, well, I ate it. Anyways, and I felt sluggish as hell. Sluggish. I just felt like I didn't want to do nothing. Then not doing nothing, that's not normally me. I'm always doing something but positive and productive. I just wanted to lay there. And then I wanted more snacks. I wanted more bad food. And, you know, then my family went out again and then we ate something else. So then that prolonged to 5 days of me feeling sluggish, me feeling more just not in the best mood. And it really made me sit there and think like, wow, like this is really food. Like, and we could go into a whole nother conversation about food and ingredients and just about what I think about that. But we're not going to do that here, right? Not today. So it made me realize, one, in those moments, to anybody that's going through transitions and they find themselves like, wow, I did this, you know, take out the time not to be upset at yourself, but ask yourself, what can I do better next time? Like, if this leads up to it, if this happens, how can I go from what I just did to being able to have just more discipline and be more intentional about what my goals are, so it could be more reachable for me. And, you know, that was something that was not always something that I could do, that I was doing, because I could do it. I just wasn't doing it because I didn't know how to set the just not being so hard on myself, not judging myself so crucially. And that really didn't help me. If I'm over there, like, you know, that's not really helping me get to where I feel like I'm in a better space. So I had to really practice gratitude and compassion and holding space for myself, to have grace for myself, to be able to be like, okay, well, you know, I hear you and we are making this change. And jumping back to, it took 2 years to be vegan. It's taken me time to go from being vegan to a whole food plant-based diet. And one of the things that has been a difficult moment for me is that when it's going out, it's not cooking in the house. Cooking in the house, I could do that. Whole food plant-based, here we come, is when I was going out. So one of the things that helped me, for anybody that is, well, we talking about food and you agree, is that I had to set purposely what are the stuff that I can't eat in restaurants. And I made a list and it's hanging over there. And another thing, what restaurants have those items listed on their menu? And setting boundaries, which, whew, I don't, you know, you want other people to, but you want other people to eat, you want other people to feel good. But if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? And another thing is, if they choose a restaurant, maybe it's a birthday party and your friend chose it for months and they invited you, you could always bring food from another restaurant. And that was something that, I'm gonna be honest, I did not want to do. Like, I want to eat what's on the menu. That's me being a baby, you know? But it's being able to say no. You know what happened? And you know, now I think, you know what happened when you ate that pie? You remember? So, you know, but most importantly, have fun. Like, I'm sitting here laughing with y'all because you're beautiful, and making changes in your life, it takes time. It's going to be good days. It's going to be great days. It's going to be horrible days. It's going to be days, so days. It's going to be days where you're really like, bro, that's it, you know? And through all of those different motions of you're still great. Like, and through all those motions, you can learn different things. Sometimes we got to go through I can't take it no more days, because there's a lesson in there that we could later apply to our great days that we really, if we didn't go through that, we wouldn't have it to apply, you know, and we would have to learn it through a different way. And it's all about perspective. It's all about being able to be intentional, and it's all about taking it one step at a time. And with this is another journey that's showing me that taking it one step at a time, having patience, having grace, having compassion, having empathy towards myself will get me closer in a more flowing way than being cruel. It's not going to help me get to my destination in a way that's going to stick. Like how we talk about longevity, like it's not going to stick that way if I talk to myself like that. It's just not. And I had to learn that, and that takes time. You see, and then also with these journeys of learning of letting go, of unlearning, of changing, of evolving, of growing, you get to also see what self-sabotaging habits you have, or what things you do on yourself that you shouldn't be doing, because you're too beautiful for that. You're too grand. You're too spectacular. So all these different moments allow you to learn you. And you know what? Whoever's watching this, give yourself a big hug, because you're grand. You're grand. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to hear your story. You know, and I think that these are truly important to just conversations to have. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm a human being learning me. So the next time you feel like, oh, I got to do this, it's not happening in the same time as such and such, or it's not happening at the same time that I want it, or my expectation. You got to breathe straight, let it go. Okay? Don't be so hard on you. And another thing too, where we have these type of discussions, we have our self-love discussion every first Tuesday of the month, and we have our plant-based discussion every third. And if those are Tuesdays you're like, you know, I want to tell my story, but I don't really want to share it with the whole group, we have one-on-one sessions also. Go to birthas.org, check us out, learn about us, see what we got. Maybe there's resources on there that you can find, or information that you can find that can help you, or email us if you have questions. You're not alone. You don't have to do these things alone, you know. There's a lot of resources, and even if it's not with us, even if you just find a friend you could talk to, therapist, or another support group, go align yourself also with supportive people that won't judge you for your journey. They'll just be there to lift you up, and just, you know what? You guys are sharing stories, and maybe their story is different, but there's something in their story that you can utilize and use and apply to your own life that can help you make a change. Know that you could be that change you want to be, but just make sure you're not hard on you. I love you guys. Take care.